Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Stasis. When last we left off, we managed to get to the laboratories. However, I've kind of got a little bit stuck into trying figuring out where I needed to go. Because there's not a lot I can do in this room, and the only way I can go is this way. But last time I did, I got shot.
Toxicity is at an
I go in there
elevated
quick
level.
before I get shot. Oh!
The words.
What do you see?
What kind of a monster would do this? These women, these poor women. This is torture. This is
Science.
This is not science. Oh my god. Well, yes, anyway, as I was saying, I got stuck in the last part and I kept getting shot, but I didn't realise I could move just then, so I don't know, maybe that robot in the middle is what kills me. The thing inside the incubator is anathema to nature. The poor creature should not exist, and what life it shows is reluctant and painful. Jesus. Hello? Portable defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
Defibs.
And it looks like it's fully charged.
I'll take that. Pregnant woman. Seated in the chair is a woman in her mid-30s, head shaved, limbs atrophied, tumescent in pregnancy. She's connected to a machine that feeds and sedates her. You remember seeing reconnaissance era sculptures of nuns in Holy Communion, their eyes rolled back, bodies contorted in ecstatic agony. There's a hint of that expression across this unconscious woman's face. She is trying to communicate, but her words are little more than slurred vowels. Her throat is dry and she is clearly extremely weak. Let's see if we can't have a chit-chat with this one.
these women must have families and lives.
You can't do anything for them now. Soon this ship will run out of oxygen. They won't be in pain for much longer.
And a second in this place is more torture than anyone should bear.
Damn straight. Oh, we got ourselves a bandage anyway. God.
Don't worry. I'm here. I'm gonna help you. Soon you'll be out of here. This is just a bad dream.
I couldn't imagine.
Just breathe in and out. Soon you'll wake up from this.
Couldn't even imagine waking up in this kind of situation. My God. The awful engorged placenta hangs like a ripened fruit. Oh my days. Right, is there anything else we can do while we're here? Because I've got another room across the corridor with which to try and run into. I assume... oh, power cell. Okay, so I'm going to assume then I can't do anything with that. Guess that's a no then. Wonder if I can use the high temperature slug
I can't see it
gun.
working like that.
No, okay. God, I hope I don't have to burst any of them sacks. Right, doesn't appear to be anything more in this. Oh, no, yeah, that was the power cell. Let's just do a little bit of pixel hunting quick because this game seems to like that. Right. Go, 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 go! What the flaming hell? Pulsating mass of flesh and bone. A hideous agglomeration of flesh and bone limbs just jut haphazardly from its mass. It sports a human head that gurgles out of sync with the pulsing of its other parts. PDA there, which will loosely explain. Oh god, conjoined twin hybrids. Two bodies conjoined at the head share one brain. It doesn't seem that the brain is up to the task of coordinating movement between the two bodies. This appalling distended creature appears to be a hybrid, although of what is unknown. It is not completely human, that much is absolute. A standard-looking human skeleton. My god. The corpse of a creature hangs preserved. It may have been a twin, two heads are fused together and a pair of spines meets. Each spine wraps around the other like a gnarled mountain range. Oh god. Conjoined mass. One of the failed experiments, a lump of organs held together by wrinkled skin, bone poked through the flesh spot. Oh, it's just... Okay, so we've got two PDAs here with which to mess around with, so let's get to it. So we have Dr. Marvin DeSantos. Man, that bitch from the shipping want to get off on my back. You fuck a girl real good and she just comes crawling back. If she didn't get out of my hair, I'll have her moved off ship. Dr. Malin is a prick, but he looks after me like that. I gotta say, being on the Project Seed is awesome, man. This is a terrible accent. Okay, so we gotta do some pretty noxious shit. But in exchange I got a lot of protection and an honorary title. Dr. DeSantos. I like it. Dr. Malin knows about my contacts and a private cargo. That arrives on the board and I know he hates it, but there ain't nobody else prepared to work under Dr. Bachman. That guy is one twisted fuck, and also one of my best customers. I get imports, sure, but my own private lab is what manufactures Bachman's pathway shit. Funny, I never realized how dependent these smartasses of science are on the drugs. Personally, never touched the stuff. You gotta have your wits about you, man, especially around here. Wow, Dr. Williams, Charlotte. I never would have figured that uptight woman was a slut, but holy hell, she just gave me the ride of my fucking life. Who'd have thought it? Slinky lace under that lab coat of hers, and for a woman in her mid-40s, a body that makes you want to get on your knees and howl at the moon against the table. God, this is a bit freaking graphic. Pressed up against the viewport windows, on top, underneath, like a friggin' rattlesnake. Of course, she's a Looney Tunes. Probably thinks I'm her dead husband or something. Like I care. As long as she keeps coming to me to fulfill her needs. Crazy but smart, and she has no idea how much I know about her little project. I saw the details. People just think I'm a smack-talking smartass, but I've been training on the Groom Lake since I was 16. I studied chemistry and genetics, aced all of it too. She thinks I'm too stupid to understand. Thinking I could have got myself in too deep here. The drug thing was fine, but this whole industrial espionage thing is kinda freaky. I don't think Dr. Malin knows. I know Lincoln watches me with an eagle eye, but he can't know for sure. If he did, he'd eject my ass from the ship with the rest of the failed hybrids. But god damn, the money is good. I earned my year's salary by sending some info to Black Star Industries. My contact gave me more money than I could conceive for leaking one report. One! I met the guy while I was on leave. He was a smug dickhead who somehow knew what I did, and he flashed the cash. I've got no loyalties to the company, and I know Dr. Malin treats how Dr. Malin treats loyal staff. That guy got turned on a dime when it suits him. I've heard of weird shit going on down in the decks below, and Seed has me feeling it'll soon be time to get the hell out of Dodge, pronto. 1 or 2 more reports might just give me what I need. Nobody knows about my little acts of espionage, but who'd care? This ship is falling apart. Some of those fucked up things that Bachman and Malin made are on the prowl. I stashed away my cash as soon as I heard things were going wrong, but money ain't gonna make a spit's worth of difference if we all get killed. Malin's taking all this way too calmly. Actually, I'd say he's enjoying all of this. He came into the lab this morning. He still makes us all report to the lab. He was grinning the whole damn time. His eyes all red like he was coming down from a high. That guy does not need drugs for a high. His general fucked upness is what he rides. And here was me thinking Bachman was the crazy one. It's just us. Oh God, not even Bachman's around now. Charlotte was dragged away to the labs a few days ago and was sealed off from the other decks. I reckon it's only a matter of time before Malin decides to do something about me too. I've been living on this ship for years. I know about hidden passages that even Malin doesn't know about. I'll get over to the communications array and let off a signal. Hopefully they'll get to us before Dr. Malin finds out. Oh my goodness. And we've got no... What's this? Hopefully you got the signal off. And there's like a ship here that we can jump on and like leave. Oh, actually we can activate some terminals here as well. We'll have a goose at those in a minute. We'll check the other PDA first. Dr. Clifford Bachman. He said I'd never make it to 60. 85, you fuckers. Old and still cooking with gas. 3 bastard kids and I outlived them all. Okay, so I was young when I had them. Those girls never even knew I was the father. Of course. I'd had to switch the DNA samples so they didn't know the little shits were mine. I'm too old for that now, or that. But you never completely lose your eye for the ladies. I might have false teeth, Dr. Malin, but I'm no moron. For the good of humanity, I'm a sociopath and alleged rapist of women, but your little speech to the crew was less sincere than anything I could say with a straight face. At least you know how to turn a blind eye whenever I have to get rid of troublesome subjects, right, Malin? The new gas for the chamber is working splendidly. An improved kill rate of 60% on the old formula. I've watched those poor fuckers writhe and die. We have a viewing window just so we can make sure it's done. If I were a moral man, I'd call it perverse. It's lucky for Project Seed that I can't give a shit. I thrive and I don't have answer to anyone with a conscience. This will not do. Not at all. I need more subjects. The rejection ratio of the DNA splicing is stratospheric. So not only do I need more bodies, but I need better ones. They bring me in porcelain strays, but their best results are achieved with crew members. One cannot prey too often on those, of course. No matter the need, my chosen ones were always those who wouldn't be missed. The furnaces are inadequate for my disposal requirements. I'm told they're so hot they could destroy dark matter. They seemed slow to respond when burning flesh, though, and the smell is hardly pleasant either. It reminds me of that injured dog that I found as a little boy growing up in Missouri. It looked at me with a pleading look, the kind of sick patient gives a doctor. They trust absolutely. Naturally, I stomped on the mongrel's head. It was a mercy. There are too many in society who have a similarly damaged disposition. It's a kindness to snuff out their worthless lives. I must get more pathway. That little prick De Santos is usually more than forthcoming with his ingredients, but he says his own suppliers are having problems. I know you, De Santos. I know you're not a real doctor. I know the kind. I have 5 PhDs, and I can tell when men have been hired for their instincts rather than their knowledge. Meanwhile, the cutting and splicing continues. Oh, and Charlotte, we all know about your little experiments, you stupid bitch. First she kills her partner by accidentally exposing him to a lethal virus, and then she goes gaga for him. That's the sort of beautiful incompetence that slays me. I spent years perfecting the art of the kill, making a murder appear a mishap, and she went and did it all completely by accident. What perfect nonsense. I held a subject down today and used my surgical hammer to cave in his windpipe. Then I gouged out his eyes and tried to rip his jaw from its socket. My goodness, what an outburst. I'm becoming careless. I need more pathway. Dr. Malin is starting to worry that my tendencies cannot be controlled. He need not worry, I'm still focused on seed. Seed is still just that, a seed. But this chrysalis will soon break open and blossom. The successfully bred Homo novi would in their containment wait in their containment cells, while their unsuccessful brethren, reduced to a viral mulch that's already breached the containment seals of the ship, grow. Its genetic makeup might be little more than trash, but it is astoundingly tenacious. I have to respect that. Which kills with such efficiency. I have to respect that which kills with such efficiency. I woke up in the emergency room today. Somebody found me on the stairs. I can't remember much. What I do know is that both my fucking legs are up in casts. I better get comfortable because Dr. Graham says I'll be in here for at least a month. We die as the Novi cut us down, but I'm not ready to be replaced by a new species. Our creations are impressive, but I don't share Malin's fanaticism for what is happening here. I must try to make sure one of the lifeboats is available for me. A shame there was not another for the delectable young thing. What was her name? Callister? No, I would have liked to have had her around when the ship was going to hell. She's dead, however. How unfortunate. I may be old, but I'll tear anyone who tries to stop me from leaving a part at the limbs. I have survived police investigations, court cases, vengeful spouses, and idealistic lab hands. And I will gut any shitbag trying to prevent my escape. And that includes you, Malin. And I will jab out your eyeballs and eat them before I submit to you. Jesus, that dude did have issues. Okay. So, Backman was crazy. Totally crazy. Decided to bash people's brains in as much as medical science. Oh, hello. Let's grab this liquid nitrogen canister.
This is the purpose of the lake. It's not on Earth. People can't see it, so they don't care.
But if they knew...
So what?
Okay, so we've got ourselves a liquid nitrogen canister. Oh, okay. Mutagen Laboratory. What's that? Slug Gun Operator's Manual. Oh, hello. A highly unusual form of rejections, such as not being observed before, manifested in this hybrid. It is entirely possible that the mutagenic compounds used to synthesize the hybrid DNA was faulty in this particular instance. Usually with any rejection, there is a sign of initial bonding and then breakdown, but in this case there was absolutely no bonding attempted whatsoever. Given the thoroughness of which we created the DNA, I suspect that the centrifuge machine for this particular batch was faulty. Repair and maintenance check of the machine is ordered immediately. Recommendation: destroy what remains and also destroy the fetus. Hybrid rejects. Hybrid Reject C. Report by Dr. C. Backman. Subject died during birth. It can only be surmised that death was due to a failing in the host, as all reports and tests leading up the birth showed no signs of fetal defect. Upon further investigation of the woman's medical history, it was noted that she experienced complications when giving birth to a child previously. This host would not have been used had this been highlighted. In light of her medical history, I now assume this was the cause of the fetal distress and death of the subject. Note, host is being kept alive and has undergone 1 transfusion. Recommendation: revoke host life support order and dispose of body with Hybrid Reject C. By Dr. C. Williams. During the autopsy of Hybrid 604, there were signs of renal failure. It appears the kidneys were unable to process the amino acids required for the breakdown of nutrients. The damage to the liver, stomach and intestines show the same degenerative patterns. Reason? It is possible that the report of the mother giving birth 3 months prior was an error. Further reports regarding the failure of mutagenic compounds will be finalised later. Oh, wait a minute. I want to see that again. Seed. I wonder what that's trying to tell me. I wonder if there was another such thing on this one. No. Okay. So I seem to have some liquid nitrogen canister.
No. Crazy.
Okay. So it doesn't go with that. Portable defib.
If they were more open, this wouldn't happen.
Open to who? The people? Governments?
Other corporations.
What cost?
A bit of our humanity, I suppose.
Yeah, no kidding. Jesus. Let's check out this power cell. I wonder what to do with these.
Maybe. No.
Alright, I've checked out that PDA there. Wow, I wonder if I can use the liquid nitrogen on that thing. No?
Maybe. No.
That
No, that won't
defib.
work.
Oh, I wonder if, actually...
I can't see it working like that.
Nah, nuts. Right, well, we've got a little bit more backstory on some of the horrific experiments that's been going on around here. So when we return, we shall see what we can do with some of the new toys we have in the first room we entered in. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye bye.